Hello everyone, and welcome to French Fried Trains. Today we're going to be doing something different here, as it is Thanksgiving here in the USA. So in honor of that, we're going to be doing a walkthrough showcase video. And this, obviously, is a sailing ship, and I built this in an old world probably 4 or 5 years ago, and just remembered I had it. And this ship is actually supposed to be the Mayflower, which brought the Pilgrims to the Americas in the 1600s. So a historically significant ship here, and at least the outside looks correct. The interior is pretty much all made up out of my mind, as like I said, I built this 4 or 5 years ago, and back then I didn't even look at pictures when I built things, and of course my building skills were not up to the standards they are now. But I just remembered I had this in an old world and thought it would be a fun little video to do for Thanksgiving here. And if I'm remembering right, I believe this thing took me around a week and a half or 2 weeks to build and design, as back then I had no idea what I was doing, and this was one of the most complicated things I had built at the time. So sit back and enjoy this little Thanksgiving special, and we're going to tour everything on this ship. So this is the outside, of course, and I can already tell the sails on bottom are not big enough, but no matter, it's an old build. So we'll start on top here, and you can actually come up here and be up at the lookout position on top of the masts here. And I guess we'll just work our way top to bottom here. So I had no idea what to put up here. I was mostly building this after I watched a video about this ship from memory. So I just put a compass up here to be like the ship's compass. And then we'll move down one deck here. And this is supposed to be like the ship's crew quarters. So there's some beds and like a table and a map. And I use these stairs to make little windows here. And that's pretty much all that's on this deck. So we move down one deck again, and there are ladders right here to get up. And this little area is supposed to be like where they would have a fire to cook the food. And then back here, these two walls are supposed to be the tiller, which steers the ship and moves the rudder. So there's another compass there. And then I just didn't know what would be in here, so I just put more beds. And that's pretty much it for the back part of the ship. On the middle here, this is the hatch where you would lower cargo down into the lower hold. And there are stairs going down, but we'll check up front first. There's this other little compartment up front. Again, I was just winging all this, so there's some more beds here. And you can walk up here and come all the way up to the front of the bow. Like I said, this was an old world where I was on a shipbuilding kick for a while. So now we've seen everything up here. So we're actually going to come down these stairs into the belly of the ship. And here's the mast coming through. And this is the very front where the bow part comes down. That's what those blocks are supposed to be. And there's some more beds up here. Some beds in here. And these are supposed to be like floor mats. And these are supposed to be hammocks where people would sleep. And then there's another cargo hatch to get to the very bottom there. And this is supposed to be like a rowboat to deboard the ship. There's another table and more beds and stuff here. And back in this room, since I was building pirate ships, I just put a bunch of cannons and cannonballs in here. I don't know if this ship was actually armed in real life, but I wanted to put cannons in here for some reason. And this is what they look like sticking out the side of the ship here. So that's pretty much it for this middle deck here. Now there is one more floor on this ship. We just gotta find the stairs, and they're over here. Like I said, I didn't look at scale or deck plans or anything, I just made this all up. So down here is just all the main cargo. And since they were coming to a new continent with hundreds of people, there's lots and lots of boxes and chests and stuff. I put a bathroom up here, even though I don't even know if this ship had a bathroom back then. And this whole thing is just all an open cargo hold. Most of the passengers would be cramped and huddled down here. It was a rough journey. So that's pretty much it for the interior. I don't know why I never thought of this on any of the Thanksgiving before, as like I said, I built this 4 or 5 years ago. But I just randomly heard my kids at school giving my daughter a book about the Mayflower, and I was like, oh yeah, I built that, so I should probably show that for Thanksgiving. So now it's nighttime and you can see what it looks like at night. There is just enough lighting on it to see it. And like I said, this was just an old build, but I figured it would be fun to show you guys it. I was on a shipbuilding kick for a while back then, as it was way before I ever started doing tutorials and had time for personal builds. So I did build some other sailing ships, as well as my take on the Great Lakes freighter, the Edmund Fitzgerald. So let me know if you would like me to show off those other ships I built. And thanks for watching, and everyone have a happy Thanksgiving, and stay safe out there.